If you feel like you're too busy at work, then you may need to stop information overload. Information is at our fingertips, and we're able to connect with people through so many different ways, and we can do it instantly. All of these things are great, but you need to make sure they don't become a distraction, overloading you with information. So here are a few tips to keep in mind. The first one deals with thinking about what are the things that you really need to know and what are the things that are nice to know. For example, I live in South Florida. Every day I check the weather. I have lived in other parts of the country, but it doesn't make sense for me necessarily to check the weather in all of those locations. Now, it could be fun to do that, but that won't help me with my day-to-day activity. So I can push those things aside. If I need to find out the temperature in another city, I can do it, but otherwise, I don't need to know it. Next, let's talk about your supervising style, because are you a little too involved? Are you watching people over their shoulders, making sure everything's done right? Okay, I understand. You want to get things right. But sometimes that takes a tremendous amount of time and it takes away from your big picture goals. Here's what I suggest. Hire good people. Set expectations. And then later, judge the people on those expectations, make adjustments as needed later. Adjustment might be training, might be shifting someone into a different role. That's up for you to decide. What you're not doing is watching every move that someone's doing, making sure they're doing it right. Basically, then you're doing their job. Think of it like this. You are paying people to perform a magic trick. You don't have to teach them the magic trick after a certain point. You want them to entertain you with the magic trick. So get that right balance of involvement and just laying back, letting them do their job. The final tip is all about self-evaluation. Maybe every 6 months, step back, look at your schedule, and see where are you spending a lot of time, and are some of those places not needed? Maybe you're doing things that once served you well, but you no longer need to know about it. For instance, let's say you're on a diet. You would get on a scale every day, check your weight. Perhaps over time, though, your eating habits, your exercising, it's stabilized your weight. So you don't necessarily have to get on that scale every day. Maybe you do it weekly. You may have similar activities at work where you needed to pay a lot of attention to them in the past. Now, not so much. We have a lot of information in our world. Make sure that you're controlling the flow so you can maximize your time on what you do best. I'm Ken Okel. Take care.